Former President Donald Trump could be seeing a boost to his possible 2024 campaign coming from this indictment process. Yahoo Finance's Rick Newman has more on this and joins us now. Rick, an interesting development here, but we did see that building up to this arraignment.
Right. I mean, the conventional wisdom is that these charges help Trump a little bit within the Republican Party and in his effort to get the Republican nomination for 2024. They do not help him as a general election candidate. And in fact, I think you could say possibly the biggest loser in all of this is the Republican Party, because for the time being, it makes it harder to move away from Trump. And why would they want to do that? Well, because he seems unelectable in a general election at this point. I mean, he's less popular than he was when he lost in 2020. We saw a couple of recent polls showing a majority of Americans think that if there are criminal charges against Trump, it should disqualify him from running for president. So in the short term, this strengthens Trump a little bit in the GOP. It does give him the ability to once again, as we've heard so many times, claim he's the victim of political persecution. Apparently, the donations are rolling in. People just want to give money to him when they think the Democrats are after him. I'm not sure I completely understand that, but it is happening. But there's worse to come for Trump. It looks like he is possibly going to face more serious legal charges. He actually referred to that in the angry speech he gave last night when he attacked a prosecutor in Georgia and a federal prosecutor who are looking into possible Trump crimes, but have not even filed charges against him yet. He went after those prosecutors nonetheless. I guess he feels like they're gonna come after him anyway, and he wants to start trying to control the narrative there. So I took that as a tacit acknowledgement that Trump realizes he's got bigger problems down the road.
Indeed. I mean, we're seeing some Republican opponents of Trump backing him during all of this. But do you think that stands throughout this case and these charges?
I think what's going to happen is I think the Manhattan District Attorney case that was such a big deal for the last couple of weeks, culminating in the media circus yesterday, I think that case is going to go into remission as a news story for a while. I mean, we're not even going to get another court appearance in this case until December, and that is plenty of time for the possible voter fraud case in Georgia and whatever the federal prosecutor Jack Smith, who's looking into the obstruction of justice involving classified documents at Mar-a-Lago. That seems to leave plenty of time for these other cases. And then let's not forget, coming in just a few weeks is a civil case relating to an allegation of rape by the writer E. Jean Carroll that goes back all the way to the 1990s. If Trump loses that case, that's not a criminal case, but if Trump loses that case, that implicitly brands him as a rapist. So I think as his legal woes mount, he's going to lose support from, some of the moderates in the party who are at least kind of looking at these Alvin Bragg charges and saying, doesn't seem like there's a lot of there. Mitt Romney is one of them, some other Republicans. They're not going to be so forgiving in some of these other cases, I think, as we see the charges coming down the road.
It'll certainly be tough, though, given the strong support that he does have from some of his most loyal supporters, to see how the GOP manages that. Another issue, the former president's net worth plummeting by around $700 million since last year. What's driving that loss?
Yeah, so this is when Forbes does their annual evaluations of billionaires for their billionaire list. They're saying Trump's net worth has fallen by $700 billion, largely because his social media company, Trump Media and Technology Group, which runs Truth Social, the app, they're trying to do this deal as a merger with a SPAC, and that seems to be falling apart. So the value of that has fallen by quite a lot. They're saying that accounts for the $700 billion decline in Trump's net worth. I have a feeling that Trump, as he has done many times before, is going to say, no, that's BS. I'm really worth $5 billion or $10 billion. He always argues with these evaluations and says he's worth more than everybody else thinks.
We're certainly taking quite a few hits all around at the moment. Rick Newman there, thank you so much for that update.
Yeah.